Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another session on polity and constitution. I hope I'm audible and I hope I am visible. Great, audible as well as visible. Okay, if people have joined, let's begin our discussion for the day. So, in the previous class, we had taken up for discussion the topic, of course, small topic called parliamentary privileges, but we also saw the comparison between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Then we also saw the very important element of anti-defection law. It's a very important piece of law, both with respect to the prelims and main examination. And we have seen a couple of questions in the mains as well on this topic of defection. Beyond this, once we are done, we saw the parliamentary committees, and after parliamentary committees, the state executive, governor, and again, governors, important topic, especially in the recent times, considering how the role of governor has come under questioning and scrutiny because of the constant interference of the center in the state's politics through the governors. So their appointment, their removal, all these things need to be considered, and these topics become important for our mains, especially. Once we are done with all this, now the time has come to look into the state legislature, relatively smaller or also slightly unimportant as a topic. This topic has basically one important aspect: legislative councils. And sadly for you, a question on councils has already been asked in the examination in the recent times. So we don't really see a question being asked from this topic in the near future. So that could also be a very important element of making a statement that this is not a really important topic. Anyway, that's it. Basic information cleared. Now, let's move on and look at some questions that we need to solve, some practice question of the day. All set? Should we start? Hopefully, all the people have joined. Okay, so let's start with the 5 questions for today. First question: Okay, a lot of you got this correct. On the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, although the Speaker ceases to be a member of the House, he or she does not vacate his or her office. Of course, this person continues till the new Lok Sabha meets a day before this person resigns. So we know that all these important posts, people continue to be in office, right? And we don't want any vacuum in these sensitive and important posts. So one is correct. The deputy speaker is directly responsible to the speaker. Why would he be responsible to the speaker of Lok Sabha? Is directly responsible to the House, Lok Sabha only. A deputy speaker does not report to the speaker. He will report to the House. That's what he is responsible to in the performance of his functions. So 2 is wrong, 1 is correct. A1 only is the right answer. Okay. Then moving on to the next question. Guys, this was incorrect. Incorrect. How many of you did not see incorrect? Please type yes. Okay, that's very bad. Not just because you did not see incorrect, because you marked an answer where all the statements are correct except one. Anyway, so Rajya Sabha alone can authorize a parliament. Yes, as per Article 249, Rajya Sabha can authorize a parliament. This is correct. Such authorization shall remain in force for 1 year at a time. Is correct. The parliament is not bound to make laws. Yes, the parliament may make laws. That's also correct. Laws made by the parliament under such an authorization end as soon as authorization comes to an end. As soon as authorization comes to an end. No, no, no. This is end 6 months after the end of authorization. So it does not end as soon as authorization comes to an end. It continues for 6 more months. So D is wrong and hence the right answer. Clear? So this was Article 249. Moving on to the next question, third question. Can you please tell me, guys, which statement or statements are correct? Since a lot of you have marked one or two statements as correct, I would love to know which statements are correct. Now, don't say none, but what did you feel is important. Uh, Constitutional amendment bills can only be introduced by a minister. In fact, I had given a photograph, a screenshot also of such bills being introduced by a non-minister also. And in fact, this is a topic where we had studied this person or this term called private member, if you remember. So such bills can be introduced in either house by any member. The president can only exercise his suspensive veto and such things only for ordinary bills. Remember the 24th Amendment Act 1971, making it obligatory for the president to give assent. So no veto power. And so far, less than 100 amendments. So we saw just recently when we were studying the SC/ST reservation in the parliament that it was done through the 104th Amendment Act, right? And on day one, I had said that we have so far made 105 changes. So how can this be correct? All three are wrong. D, none. Clear? But Dinesh, but none of the private member bill was enforced till now except on 1970. What kind of statement is this, Dinesh? And how does it have any relationship to the question? Please understand. You are saying that till 19 or on, not on, till 1970. 19 till 1970, the private member bills used to be passed, right? But that has got no relationship to this point. Bills can be introduced, is a statement, right? Anyway, all three are wrong. Please refer to the amendment slides and you will be surprised to know that you have this point mentioned there. Okay. Moving on to the fourth question. I'll give you a minute to mark an answer. Which statement is wrong? A lot of you have marked only three are correct. I'd love to know what do you think is a wrong definition? Tell me. Let's see where a lot of you have faltered. Adjournment terminates the sitting of the House for a specified time. Absolutely correct. The power of adjournment and adjournment sine die lies with the presiding officer of the House. Absolutely correct. Prorogation terminates the session of the House. Absolutely correct. Prorogation, summoning of session. Dissolution is applicable in the case of Lok Sabha only. Absolutely correct. All four are correct. Are we clear on this? Everyone? No doubt? No concern? Okay, great. So, moving on to the last question for today, ending on a winning note. Please mark the answer. Okay, guys, I did not see what the poll result showed. What was the poll result? How many got correct? A 52%. 17% got it correct. Okay, anyway. So, 29% got it right. Somebody says D was 7. Okay, ignore it. No problem. The right answer is D. I had a slight error here. Okay. Fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution deals with allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Only Rajya Sabha. Both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have representation from all the UTs. No, Rajya Sabha has representation from only 3 UTs. Which UT? Delhi, Pondicherry, and Jammu and Kashmir. Only these 3 UTs are represented in the Rajya Sabha. Clear? This is also wrong. D. Neither one nor two being the right answer. Are we clear? That's it. We are done. Just a point to ask you before I show the leaderboard. What? Oh, two people got all 5 correct. Shahid and Khambapati Ravi Verma. Then Himadri got 4 correct. Not a really good performance today, guys. What happened? Ashutosh, Lakhan, Lindsay, Dinesh, Pauloze, Eman getting 3 correct. And we also have in the list people getting 2 correct. Oh, a lot of you got 2 correct. What do you attribute this slightly below average performance to? Tell me, what happened? And most of these things were from the previous week class, so not yesterday per se. So I think revisions must have taken place effectively. Oh, technical glitches, Satish. Oh, how sweet, sir. It's good to know that there's no knowledge glitch, only technical glitch. Anyway, a bit careless. I think revisions need to be done and read the questions carefully. Those two things, if done properly, would be great. Okay. Now let's move on and understand the state legislatures. See, the state legislatures comprises of just like the parliament. The okay, no problem. Great, we'll perform amazing the next week. No problem. Let's come back to our discussion now. State legislatures. So basically, the idea of state legislature is that we want the states to be organized along the same lines as the center. So, as per Article 79, the parliament is organized along the lines of having the Council of States, the House of People, and the President. All these 3 people are a part of Article 79, part of Parliament. Similarly, the state legislatures, you'll find them under Part 6 and Article 168, which is the organization of state legislature, is just like Article 79, which is what? The state legislature comprises of the governor, and in 6 states, you have councils, and in all the states, you have what? Assemblies. Clear? So councils in only 6 states of Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, and UP, and assembly in all the states. That is, of course, mandatory. Assembly is the lower house, council is the upper house. So here, upper house is not mandatory; it is optional. Now the question is, firstly, why or how to create an upper house? If let's say today Kerala wants to create an upper house, or let's say Andhra Pradesh wants to abolish its council, the upper house, what steps can be taken? So all these things of creating or abolishing an existing council, they can start in the which house? In the assembly of the state. Step 1. So the assembly will pass a resolution with a special kind of majority, that is two-thirds present and voting, more than 50% total strength. Now once that resolution is passed by the assembly, it is sent to the parliament. Then the parliament will do what? Parliament will simply approve the resolution in both the houses with a simple majority. What is the meaning of simple majority? I hope you remember. Simple majority refers to more than 50% members present and voting. That is what is a simple majority. So in this case, it's all simple majority which is required. And once done, then what happens? The state government there can bring a notice, a notification, an order, and can create a council if it does not exist, or can abolish a council if it exists. Clear? Everybody? Umapati, last week did not attend the class. Now doubts. Okay. I'll repeat this process. It's very simple. To create, guys, a small request. Just attend the class and focus here, please. So, because the type of questions you ask, I get to know where the attention is. First step is, let us say Andhra Pradesh wants to abolish a council. It has had enough. It's a no more councils. So, what happens is, in the Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly, they will pass a resolution with a special majority to abolish a council. Once this has been passed by the special majority, that is more than more than 50% of total membership, and at least two-thirds present and voting. Once it is done, it is sent to the parliament. So the parliament is the ultimate authority to approve it. If the parliament approves by a simple majority also, task is done. That is more than 50% of all the MPs present on that day and voting, done. Simple. Then the state government can issue an order and can create the and can in Andhra Pradesh abolish the council. The same step can be taken by, say, West Bengal to create a council. The same step can be taken by Karnataka to abolish the council. Same step by Tamil Nadu to create a council. All these things can be done. Are we clear on this? Now, everyone, in fact, to just give you an example, Andhra Pradesh, think of Andhra Pradesh only. Andhra Pradesh created LC, Legislative Council, 1958. Then Andhra Pradesh said, oh, not enjoying it. It abolished in 1985. Again, it said, oh, sorry, by mistake, abolished by mistake. Created again in 2007. So now they were having fun. Create, abolish, right? If you look at the constitution, they also mentioned states like Tamil Nadu to have a council. Tamil Nadu has no council. But actually, what had happened was that in 2010, DMK was in power. It had passed a resolution for creating a council. DMK actually wanted to create. And since DMK was also supporting the central government, the Congress in UPA, they got it approved at the central level, this resolution. Now what happened? The uh, this bill or the proposal which was approved by center came back to DMK, and now the only step left was what? The only step left was that DMK should pass or the government of Tamil Nadu should issue an order, a notification to create the council. But sadly, in that duration only, the change of power happened, and AIADMK came to power. When AIADMK came to power, then AIDMK had in its election manifesto held, and also MGR also believed that there is no need absolutely of having any council. It just wastes resources. That is why what happened? The AIDMK never issued a notification only to create a council, and hence the council was not created. Clear? Okay. Sir, DMK full form you can search on Google, right? Dravid Munetra Kadgam. No, it's Kazhagam. So people from Tamil Nadu would be more appropriate in pronouncing the K. Kadgam, Kalagam. Is it Kalagam? Is Kalagam the better pronunciation? Anyone from Tamil Nadu here? Don't say no. Those. Am I visible now, guys? Am I audible now, guys? Okay, great. Great. So, what was the last point? Let's start from again the advantage of legislative councils. So, what are the advantages of legislative councils? No problem now in audio, video. Okay, great. So, yes, as I was saying about oh, DMK is full form, yes. So, more discussions. So, great. So, just like we have Lok Sabha, which always passes things in a hurry because Lok Sabha is a house elected directly by people, and Raj Sabha acts as a check house of corrections. Similarly, we can view councils as that check on the hasty legislations, those laws passed in a hurry without comprehensive discussions. That's how you should view the legislative councils, a check on the assembly's hurriedly passed laws. Then there are these non-elected people who also get this opportunity to become members, people who are experts, right? So people who are not able to win the elections because they may not have the political acumen but are experts, right? These people can also get elected. And a very, very crucial factor here is that once these people are elected, indirectly only, then they can provide valuable suggestions to the assembly with respect to bills, proposals, etc. Right? So, because the uh, possibility of people who are experts in various fields is there for selection as members, therefore, these people can provide some very good suggestions on incorporating policies, etc., or making some suggestions with respect to some laws. Then, representation of special interests. So, I'll discuss with you shortly. Council represents the interests of three groups primarily. One is the local bodies. So some members of the councils are actually elected by members of local bodies. Then second thing is the teachers. So some members of councils are elected by teachers in the state. And number three, some members of the councils are elected by graduates in the state. Clear? So all these three things very very important. This house can also be seen as the representation of interest of special groups. Local bodies refers to panchayats and municipalities. Clear? So this is a reason for creating a council. But frankly, this is not a very good reason because of problems or challenges or misuse of councils is rampant. See, firstly, it can be used to delay legislation. That's it. There is no concept of joint sitting in the councils or in the states. No concept. Just like in the case of center, if at all there is some issue between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on the passage of some bills, right? So there is a call for the joint sitting by the president under Article 108. Here there is no such provision. There is no joint sitting. So the councils cannot prevent the passage of a bill. They cannot even make any kind of changes. I mean, if they make a change, if it is not accepted by the assembly, that change is discarded. All they can do is cause a delay, just like money bills. They can cause a delay in all bills for only maximum maximum 4 months. That's all. That's all the delay that these bodies can cause. Nothing more than that. Clear? Then ideally there is also this allegation that this body is there to just have what? This body is there just to have these people who are not able to win elections, have lost the elections. So somehow they have to be adjusted, given some kind of political post. So this is seen like a place where you can park place, like you park your car, park leaders who are not able to win election. That's it. And that is what the house is being seen as. And of course it strains the state's finances also. State's finances are strained because ultimately if you have a body which needs elections and has members, it needs a building, etc. to function, it is only added cost. It is just additional expenditure. And especially because in the light of that the fact that these bodies do not perform any relevant function, this becomes even more silly to have such bodies. Clear? So that's there with respect to the legislative councils. Ganesh, why teachers? So basically graduates and teachers, the representation of interest of educated people of the state is what is there. Park leaders, I mentioned the word here, like you park your car, place, put leaders. So all those people who are not able to win the election in the assembly, they are placed here. That's the underlying motto or objective of this particular house. So that's there. Are we clear on this? Everyone, any doubt? Okay. So I hope now we know how councils are created, how they can be abolished, what's the advantage, what is the problem. Next, let's come to Anshika's. Madam, very simple point. See, I am not able to win the election. People don't vote for me, but I am very important in my party. What will the party do? I say, I want some post. Give me some post. So party is okay, don't cry. I'll make you a member of council. Go and sit there. You are a politician. Okay, happy? Sit. So park means to place, right? Park means to, just like you park your car, you park your vehicle. Uh, is it that difficult a word to understand? Parking your car, parking your vehicle. So you place or put your vehicle. So similarly, we place or put our leader there. Okay? Now, okay, everybody? Okay. Thank God. Lakhan, we'll come to that. You can answer the question yourself very shortly. Now, composition of the assembly first. Firstly, how does the assembly or what does assembly comprise of? Very important. So see, uh, take the example of any state. Here I take the example of Karnataka. This entire state is divided into small parts. What parts? What are they called? What are these parts called? Constituencies. Very good. These parts are called constituencies. All these small parts. And from all these small parts, one MP, one MLA is chosen from by the people. So let's take an example. Let's say this part. So people of this area have chosen what? One person who is an MLA who goes and sits in the legislative assembly. So the entire state is divided into various what? Various constituencies. How many constituencies? It depends on the basis of population. So constituencies. First point. Number depends on 1971 census. Clear? But the boundary of constituency. Look at this now. Please observe here and please follow. Let us say this is a constituency. Okay. The idea is that we wanted people from an area to choose an MLA and the other people from the other area to choose an MLA, and the MLAs to the people's population, that ratio should be almost same. So every group of people should be represented by one MLA, and that group should ideally have the same population. MLAs all across the state should represent the same number of people. Now, not exact, almost same. So this means if lot of people from this part, let's assume now, if from this part lot of people are traveling to this area, are coming to this area, then what do? This area's population has come down, this area's population is increasing. So can we maybe just asking you, can we shift the boundary like this? What do you think? Done, right? Did you understand this point? In order to ensure that same number of people are represented by one MLA, if lot of people leave an area and go to some other area, this area becomes sparsely populated, that area densely populated. So now for the same number of people in that area, we have to make a larger area, right? Are we clear now on this? Umapati? No? Silent. I'll just explain this once again in case anybody has a problem. Think of this very simple idea. There are two areas. We cannot increase boundary. I'll explain, Umapati, don't worry. Two parts. Let's call this A and let's call this B. Now, A has a population of 1 lakh, B has a population of 1 lakh. No problem. 1 lakh population. Both. Now, my question is, if lot of people from this area, now this area's population has become 1.5 lakhs, yes or no? 1.5, and this has become 0.5 lakhs. Now, this one MP is now representing 50,000 people, and this one MP is now representing how many people? 1.5 lakh people. So it would be more appropriate that we again rectify this problem. So if we just a suggestion, shift this boundary and make this the new boundary, then again this entire group will have 1 lakh people choosing one person. This area will have 1 lakh people choosing one person. So this boundary can be shifted, yes or no, to ensure a sense of similarity of ratio. Okay, so what we have done is that the number of constituencies we have not changed. If Karnataka has say 224 constituencies, it is fixed 1971 only. But internally we have reorganized the boundaries. So the territorial boundary is now based on 2001 census. Boundary or size depends on 2001 census. Yes, Ganesh. Same ratio in MP also. That is with respect to 1971 census. Almost same. That can't be exact. Almost same ratio across the country. Are we clear on these two factors? Great. That's it. So this is how we divide constituents, in case that was of a concern to you. Now the composition of assemblies is mentioned under Article 170. Now at the central level, we had this point that the maximum limit or the maximum permissible number of MPs that you can have in Lok Sabha is 550 plus two Anglo-Indians, 552. And then we have the current limit, right? So maximum and current. Now here also the same kind of situation, but because the size of states keeps on varying, right? So what happens is we can't fix one standard maximum. So we have fixed a range now. So in any state, the maximum MLAs you can have is 500 maximum plus one Anglo-Indian. That's also possible. And minimum is 60. So it's now range bound. So number of MLAs 500 and 60. That's the range bound thing here. Clear? Everyone? And also one more thing. West Bengal has how many? Anyone from West Bengal? How many constituencies? How many MLAs? So, number of MLAs in each state. West Bengal has 294 MLAs. Anyone from Rajasthan here? How many MLAs in your state? Rajasthan. Okay, 200. Anyone from MP here? How many MLAs in MP? 230. Where are you guys from? Nobody is raising any point here. Which population am I teaching right now? Okay, Shahid from Bihar, Puneet from Haryana. Others, type your state. Let me know where you are from. Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Somebody's from Tamil Nadu. When I asked who is from Tamil Nadu, they said no, nobody's from Tamil Nadu. Anyway, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Rajasthan, UP, Karnataka, Kerala, Telangana, UP. Oh, same set of people. Himachal, Tamil Nadu. So many from Tamil Nadu are there. Okay, great. Bihar native living in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, UP, Jharkhand. Okay. So in your state, say somebody from Himachal, 68 people, Tamil Nadu, 234 people, etc. The number of MLAs in your state, where is that mentioned? That is mentioned under Schedule 2 of RPA 1950. Clear? Number of MLAs in your state is mentioned under Schedule 2 of RPA 1950. Clear? Just like number of MPs in the Lok Sabha are mentioned where? Tell me. Let's see. Number of MPs in the Lok Sabha from each state. Where is that mentioned? Very good here. Khambapati. Excellent. Only one answer so far. That number is mentioned under Schedule 1 of RPA 1950. Number of MPs from each state in Rajya Sabha. Where is that mentioned? Tell me this. Number of MPs from each state in the Rajya Sabha. Okay. Schedule 4 of the Indian Constitution. Great. So this is the situation. Now, one more thing. We have said that the minimum is 60. Very good. Excellent. Meaning every state should have at least 60 MLAs. But if you look at states like, say, Nagaland, Goa, Arunachal, Sikkim, Mizoram, I mean, there the population is too small. I mean, having 60 people would be too many MLAs. Right? So we said, okay, don't worry. Some states will have an exception, meaning some states can have less than 60 also. And all these exceptions are mentioned in the Constitution. Say for Nagaland, Article 371A. So Nagaland may have 60 MLAs right now. It can have as low as 46 also. Sikkim 371F. Sikkim can have as low as 30 mLs also. It has 32 right now. Or Mizoram 371G. Article is not really important. Don't worry. So Mizoram can have as low as 40. They have 40. Arunachal Pradesh 371H. And Goa, though 40, Goa can have as low as 30 also. 371I. Yes, Gaurav, I think you heard what I said. Nagaland has 60, but it can have as low as 46 also. Just like Sikkim has 32, but can have as low as 30 also. This is the lower limit which has been modified for all these states. Clear? So how do you remember this fact? Some states can have less than 60 MLAs. Example, Nagaland, Sikkim, Mizoram, etc. Simple. No need to complicate it. There is absolutely no need to mug up that fact. Clear? Kalyani, how many Maharashtra has? 200. People of Maharashtra, tell me, how many constituencies do you have? How many MLAs? No idea. Okay. 288 is the answer. Yesterday I was mentioning this point actually under anti-defection law. Okay. Okay. Yes, Puneet. Maximum are in UP. Number might change everywhere, but everywhere MLAs be like, I have amnesia after elections. I don't know my electorate, but will remember them when elections come. Oh, Nikhil, why this anger, sir? It's okay. Not all politicians are bad. Some of them are doing genuine tasks, work also. Right? So that's it. Anyway, now coming to the more important element that you would like to know is the LCs. I think I hope you understand this. We had shown this earlier also. Just to tell you that look at this. This is a Lok Sabha constituency. This is a Vidhan Sabha constituency. Difference in size. So of course we know this that MPs are more not more important, but MPs represent larger area and more number of people in general than the corresponding MLAs. You can see here there are various constituencies inside a larger constituency, right? Okay, that's it. Now coming to composition of councils. So how are the council members elected? See, understand this point. We follow a system of proportional representation here. So in the case of assembly, I think other things you would understand. For example, it's a first past the post system. You have direct elections here. The voting age is how much? Tell me. What's the voting age? 18. And in the assembly, what's the age to contest? 25. Just like in the case of Lok Sabha, 25. And in the case of Rajya Sabha, it's 30. In the councils, it's 30. Clear? And here also, you have reservation, since nobody asked me. In the directly elected house, you have reservation for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. So all the yellow ones, this is the reservation for scheduled caste. And all the peach ones, peach or salmon pink, no, it's peach only. Here it is for scheduled tribes. Clear? So reservation is there in the Lok Sabha for SC/STs. Reservation is there in the Vidhan Sabha for SC/STs. Please answer one more question. Reservation is there in the Rajya Sabha for SCs/STs. Yes or no? Umapati, Dinesh, Lindsay, Ganesh, Silambarasai, sir, ma'am, no reservation of SC/ST in Rajya Sabha. Okay, reservation for ST/ST is only in the lower house or the directly elected house. That is the Lok Sabha or the Legislative Assembly. Clear? Okay. Now coming to the LCs, councils. So as I said here, we are following a very sweet system of proportional representation. One more point. Here the age to contest is 30, not 25. Okay. Now, how many people will be there in the council? That depends on the size of the legislative assembly. Meaning, think of this very simple. Number of MLCs lies between 1/3 number of MLAs and should be at least 40. Okay, so this is the lowest boundary, this is the higher boundary. As far as concerned, lie between these two numbers only. Clear? Number of MLCs. Now, this would mean what? That take an example of any state. So, one more thing. How many MLCs are there in your state? Allocation of seats to LCs. So, in the states like say Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, and UP. So, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, 50 MLCs. In the state of Bihar, 75 MLCs. Same goes for Karnataka, 75 MLCs. Maharashtra has 78 MLCs. Telangana has 40. And UP has the highest, 100. All this is mentioned where? In Schedule 3 of RPA 1950. Are we clear? All this is mentioned under Schedule 3 of RPA 1950. Done. Now, how is the election held? How are members chosen? Very, very simple and easy to understand this point. So, there are types of members. In the council, there are types of members. Membership in the Legislative Council. So, let's take a case study. Let's take an example of Karnataka. Karnataka has 75 MLCs. So what is and who all elect these people? So 1/3 are elected by MLAs. MLAs of the state will choose some other people, not amongst themselves. Okay, other people. MLAs will choose some other people to become MLCs. So in the case of Karnataka, this would be 25. Other 1/3 people, they are elected by members of local bodies, panchayats and municipality members. So 1/3 of 75, 25. Done. These two are done. Now, apart from this, we also have some citizens of the state, mean the country, but voters in the state, normal people, common people, like you and me, they also vote, but a very special category of voters, right? 1/12 seats elected by graduates and 1/12 seats are elected by teachers. 7 here, roughly 7 here. That's the rough estimate. There is no need to have the very exact number, roughly. Okay. For these two people, for these two categories, we have first past the post. Why? Now, how are these graduates voting? Think of this. Please pay attention now. This is the state of Karnataka. This is Karnataka. Let's assume that this is the state of Karnataka. This state of Karnataka is now divided into 7 different parts. Let's assume like this. 7 different parts. Clear? So when the state is divided into 7 different parts, say like this, we are calling it constituency. What are we calling it? Constituency. From this constituency, think of this. All the people who are graduates living in this area, graduates for the past 3 years, only they will vote. So there is a special voter list. Every graduate for 3 years can go and say, please, election commission, write my name in the list. And you can get yourself registered as a voter in that constituency. So in the case of Karnataka, they have 7 constituencies and name is very simple. Karnataka South, Karnataka West, Karnataka Northeast. Then one is called Bangalore constituency. So this is how the naming has been done. 7 constituencies. And all 7 constituencies graduates there will vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 MLCs will be chosen. Clear? This is there. Similarly, the same state, same constituencies. Now, say from any constituency, all the teachers who are not coaching institute teachers, school teachers who are over primary stage. So secondary school teachers and above, secondary school and above teachers, and who have been teachers for 3 years, they'll go to election commission and say, election commission, please enter my name in the voter list. So their voter list is prepared, a separate voter list for teachers. So all the teachers here vote. So you go there are some people contesting. The people can be teachers, may not be teachers. The people can be graduates, may not be graduates. But you go and you vote. So here the qualification is not of the candidate, the qualification of the voter. Clear? Everybody? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 constituencies, 7 teachers chosen. Now, again, come back to that. So if you find out, remaining is 1/6 seats. These are nominated by the which person? Governor. In this case, how much will that be? 11. No current teacher's tenure is not 3 years. Somebody who has been a teacher for the past 3 years, only they are eligible. Like for normal voting, somebody who becomes 18 years of age is eligible. Here, you have to be 18 also, and you have to be a teacher for 3 years. So if I joined some government school today and I want to vote tomorrow, I can't. Or if I joined a government school in 2022, last year, and want to vote, cannot. I have to be a teacher for 3 years at least. Only then can I vote. So for graduates, so somebody here living in Karnataka or Andhra or Telangana, and you graduated in 2022 or 21, you can't vote. You have to be a graduate at least for the last 3 years. Are we clear, everybody, now? Please tell me if there is any concern. Great. This is the same thing for your state. Depends on the number of MLCs. Exact same process is done. So I mentioned a table also here. You can find out. Same thing, but just in a tabular form now. 1/3 people are elected by members of local bodies. 1/3 people are elected by members of assembly. 1/12 by graduates. 1/12 by teachers. So the constitution says nearly 1/12. So don't go crazy, sir. Exactly 1/12. Exactly 1/3. That exactly may not be possible. How can I calculate 1/3 of 100? Not possible. So that may not always be possible exact, nearly. And here it says the remaining 1/6 are nominated by the governor from amongst people who have vast experience or knowledge in the field of literature, science, art, social service. That 4 common things with Rajya Sabha also. One more, cooperative movement. Cooperative movement. Clear? Gaurav, sir, graduates of any university. Yes, you can be a graduate from anywhere, but you should be living in the state. Only residents of state can vote. And here also, for nomination, the criteria is you should be a plus resident of the state. You should be living in the state. Some bill in your name, electricity bill, water bill, etc. Cooperative movement meaning people who took part in strengthening the cooperative mechanism in the country, etc. Cooperatives will be studying under your social justice and social issues classes, not here. Cooperative societies. Clear? Shahid, no, they are exactly the same constituencies, no different. Exact same constituency. It is just that in this constituency, to give you a clarity here, let me draw a diagram like this. Blue says represents graduates. So all the graduates are voting. So somewhat like this. All graduates are voting from this area. And in this area only, all teachers are also voting, but they are choosing different people. Are you clear? Graduates are voting for a different set of candidates. Teachers are voting for a different set of candidates. But the constituency is the same. Why to have different constituency? It will make no sense. It will only increase the burden, because 1/12 is the same. So there, no need to look into the population. The same constituencies are created. Are we clear, Shahid? Okay, great. That's all as far as the councils are concerned. I hope now this gives you a clarity on the elections to the councils. Done. Now coming to, see, when it comes to states, it's all the same story. Adjournment, sine die, sine die, everything is the same. Ganesh, does the constituency change? I mean, what constituency, Ganesh? Clarify. What are you referring to? Which constituency will change? The teachers graduates? No, that will not change. Karan, this is not a mixed type. Every constituency is mixed only. I just gave the example that in this constituency, everybody votes. This also, I have just drawn here all teachers. All graduates also vote here. So here I just showed how both these things work together. Okay, Karan? In all these constituencies, all the teachers vote, all the graduates vote. Are we clear? Karan, you tell me, not others. No, Karan, there are different people. Let me do one thing here. Forget all this. Just to have a clarity here, let me waste 2 minutes, guys, and let me draw two different diagrams only. My bad. This is the state of Karnataka. This is also the state of Karnataka. Okay? State of Karnataka only. In the state of Karnataka, we are dividing the state into 7 different constituencies. From each constituency, all graduates vote. Similarly, we are dividing the state of Karnataka into again 7 constituencies. From each constituency, all teachers vote. Now is it clear? Teachers, graduates, all of them vote separately for separate people. Their constituency may be the same in terms of boundary, but election is different. Here only teachers are voting, here only graduates are voting. Clear, Karan, now? Okay, great. So this is how elections take place. No overlap of people, separate people. Now, as I was discussing, let's see, everything is the same at center and state level. What is different is the passage of bills. Passage of bills is different. So when it comes to the passage of bills at the central level, we have this entire funda of, in case of an ordinary bill, joint sitting, blah, 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 all that nonsense is there. But here, there is no such concept. Firstly, let's take the example of an ordinary bill. Ordinary bill. Now, ordinary bills can have two cases. Case 1, because there are two houses, if introduced in the legislative assembly. If the bill is introduced in the assembly, clear? Then what do we do? Assembly will pass the bill. Passed. It goes to council. Pass the bill, goes to council. Now, what can the council do? Council can do three things. Number one, council can say, oh wow, amazing work. Pass the bill. Once council passes the bill goes to the governor. Governor can do his own drama veto powers. Second thing, the council makes some changes. Makes changes. Now, here, legislative assembly may or may not accept the changes. And pass the bill. So it is not mandatory for the assembly to accept the changes. Again, the bill goes to governor. Are we clear? Assembly may or may not accept the changes. IA? What is IA? Where is IA? This is LA. I have written LA. Maybe there is some error. Just wait. Can you see now, guys? It's now LA, right? Or still IA? This point is LA. Huh. IA still. Now LA. Okay, great. Overwriting was required, no problem. So LA may or may not accept changes and pass the bill. So you can see here that council can only make suggestions, cannot actually force the LA, the assembly, into accepting those suggestions. Lastly, what if the council acts over smart and says, useless, I reject the bill, right? Or takes no action. Now, here what happens? After 3 months, LA passes bill again. After 3 months, the assembly will pass the bill again. Right? So assembly waits patiently. for 3 months. But after 3 months, assembly passes the bill again. This time, if LC takes no action for 1 month, what happens? Bill is passed automatically, and once bill is passed, it is sent to governor. Did you understand this? See, simple question now. For how long can the council delay the passage of the bill? Tell me. Absolutely correct. The council can delay the passage of the bill for how many months? Look at this here. 3 months, one month. So total delay maximum 4 months. This is a power of the council. It can only cause a delay of 3 plus 1, 4 months. That's it. How powerful, right? Right? This is there. There is no concept of joint sitting. Are you clear? In the case of the assemblies, no concept of joint sitting. That is why councils are called dilatory chambers, meaning the body which can only cause a delay, from the word delay. Nothing else can be done by the council. Now, of course, there can be a case 2 also. The exact opposite. If bill is introduced in the legislative council, then what happens? Let's start from there now. LC brings a bill. Okay, LC will pass the bill. Done. It goes to the assembly. If the assembly, now assembly, what it can do? Again, 3 things. Number 1, assembly passes the bill, bill goes to governor. But if assembly makes changes and passes, bill goes to governor. Are we clear? That's it. The point is, bill is always passed in the form and manner in which the assembly wants to get it passed. In which the assembly, or let's write as passed by assembly. And what if the assembly rejects the bill or takes no action? What happens then? If the assembly does this, either reject or take no action, bill is dead. Ends. Simple. Council cannot force the assembly to do anything. Are we clear on this? This is for ordinary bills. Now, what about money bills? Money bills, nothing unique. Just like the case of Rajya Sabha, same as Parliament, money bills can be introduced in the assembly only, usually by a minister, and requires governor's prior consent. All the things are the same, with the exact same provision of 14 days. So, LC can delay for maximum 14 days. Nothing unique here. It is just the same provision that you have for Rajya Sabha. So, nothing special here. For the money bills. One more thing. What if the case is constitutional amendment bills? Now tell me. In this case, what happens? Yes, dear aspirants, please, I want to know, what power does the council have? Such bills can't be introduced in the state legislature. Simple. Constitutional amendment bills, states simply do not have the power, the authority to introduce such a bill. It is not USA, it is India. In USA, states can, India, they cannot. Are you clear? That's it. We are done with the extremely powerful state legislative councils. That's the story of our councils in the states. Now, there are, like in the case of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, we saw there are some situations where Lok Sabha has special powers and some situations where Rajya Sabha has special powers. Sadly, there is no such slide because there is no special power of the council. It's only that there are certain places where they both have equal powers. That's it. So, equality in power. So, when it comes to ordinary bills, they can be introduced in the assembly, they can be introduced in the council. The passage in both houses is the same kind. What is that passage? Simple majority. Nothing special here. Ordinances have to be approved by both the houses. Ministers, including CM, can come from both the houses. We have examples also. Bihar, Maharashtra, UP, Yogi Adityanath, Nitish Kumar, Uddhav Thackeray. These were all not right now. 2017 to 22 and 2019 to 22 and currently. So all these have been cases where people have been from councils also and have become CM. Forget minister, CM. Okay. Then consideration of the reports of bodies like SFC. SFC is State Finance Commission. You'll come to know of this body shortly. So every such constitutional body, statutory body, their reports are tabled in both the houses. Constitutional plus statutory bodies. Both houses, the reports are tabled. And in case you want to enlarge the jurisdiction of the State Public Service Commission, such bills are tabled in both the houses. Okay? Such bills are tabled in both the houses. Gaurav, the process is same as ordinary bill, meaning the assembly has the power, council can only delay for 4 months. Are we clear, everyone? Equality of power and status of assembly and council. Any doubt, any concern? No, we are done with the state legislature, state executive, central legislature, central executive. All done. Why council delay for 4 months? It could have been 6 months also. It's just like asking why does Rajya Sabha delay for 14 days only? Why not 12 days? So 4 months, there is nothing fixed there. But ideally, the point was that they should not cause any kind of obstruction in the passage of the bill. So they could have done 6 months also, 3 plus 2 also. So 4 months comes from 3 months here and 1 month here. But why only one here? There is no rational and logic to define it. It was just that they wanted the assembly to have the ultimate power. They could have made this 15 days also, but they chose 1 month. Okay. Dinesh, how can CM be from LC because assembly is what people choose? The same question for the center also. Dr. Manmohan Singh was a member of Rajya Sabha. Yes or no? Did people choose him? You never choose the CM or PM. You can only choose an MP or an MLA from your area, and that's what you can choose, right? Karan says the CM of LCs are omitted from election of president. Tell me, guys, if you are a chief, Nitish Kumar, who is a CM but is an MLC, will he take part in the elections of the president? Yes or no? Of course not, because it does not matter whether you are CM or God. The point is, Article 54 says if you are elected MP, elected MLA of states includes Pondicherry and Delhi, you can take part. Others will not take part. CM, PM, we don't care. Clear? Okay, that's it. Once a question was asked a couple of years back on councils, explain the constitutional provisions under which councils are established. Review the working and current status of councils with suitable illustrations. Very simple, straightforward question. Talk about how the councils are formed. Talk meaning Article 169. Then talk about their importance. Talk about the issues. And one more thing is a suggestion. Let's keep this blank for now. I will give you a very good suggestion when we study panchayats. You can write that suggestion in the answer here. How to properly utilize councils. Utilization. So in the current form, councils are largely useless. But how to properly utilize them, we'll know by the end of the day, once we study panchayats. So, of course, we'll be writing the answer tomorrow only. So, let's wait for that suggestion. Otherwise, it's a straightforward question. Sadly, the only question that could be asked from these topics was the councils, their formation, etc. that has been asked. Right? Okay, that's all. Let us now move towards local self-government. Let's take a small break. Be back at 8:55. Oh, sorry, not 8. 11:55, and then we'll discuss about the local self-government, panchayats and municipalities. Extremely important topic for the main examination. A guaranteed question will come, and nothing out of the slides can ever be asked in the examination. That is my guarantee. Okay. Let's come back at 11:55. Break, please, guys. Okay, welcome back, guys. Let's see. Abolish means to remove, cancel. Deepa, where park leaders placed? No, park leaders are placed as in council only. Understood. Okay, what else do we have a doubt over? Okay, somebody says reducing the age for contesting elections, is it beneficial? Oh, we already are at 18. I think going down further, uh, see, laws also are framed in such a fashion that it is an assumption that people under 18, minors, have no right to give consent. So, if we are treating them as minors and not even subjecting them to harsh punishments, then suddenly uh, reposing so much faith on them at 15, 16, not really logical. So 18 is okay. Parshuram, no. You may choose to have some closeness to a party for a teacher or graduate, but that's not required. Polos, who presides over the LC? Polos, just like the case of assembly, people choose a speaker. Similarly, in the council, people from amongst themselves choose a chairman who presides over. So, since there is no vice governor, so it's the chairman of the council who is chosen by the members from amongst themselves. Done. I hope we have no other doubts. Sidya, sir, I joined class now. What points I missed? You missed out on the amazing discussion we had on the assembly and councils, the legislature. Anyway, Gaurav, the same provision. If you are so Gaurav says that can the nominated MLC join a party? Yes, within the first 6 months. So anti-defection law is meant for what? Anti-defection law is meant for both MPs and the MLA MLCs. Exact same provision, no difference. Shahid, can you please repeat 321? Sir, 321 simply says that if you want to bring any kind of proposal to enlarge the power of the State Public Service Commission, right? Then that proposal can be brought in any house and it is also passed through that same majority in both the houses. Simple. That's it. Okay, now coming to the local self governance. The local self governance in rural areas is referred to as panchayats, and the urban areas is referred to as the municipalities. Please note the spelling: municipality, okay, not pality. So please focus on the spelling. Small mistakes cannot be made, just like the focus on the spelling of sovereignty, etc. Okay, so urban areas, municipalities; rural areas, panchayats. And the beauty of especially panchayats is that here you can find some sort of direct democracy happening in the country. Direct democracy. So we don't have direct democracy. What we have is a representative democracy, meaning we choose MP, MLA, they go and choose the government, and then the country is run. We don't directly choose the government, and we don't directly make laws. Both points. But here in this case, you'll find that, especially in the rural areas, people are actually taking part in the discussions, right? So maybe somewhat like a Gram Sabha, if you have heard of it, we'll discuss it shortly. Gram Sabha meetings. Anyway, there is an Article 40 in the Indian Constitution about rural self-governance. This is known as the Gandhian principle and is a part of DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy, meaning those principles which the state should keep in mind while making policies, etc., or while making laws. So this Article 40 is a Gandhian article based on the focus of Mahatma Gandhi on the villages. So, organization of village panchayats. The state shall take steps to organize village panchayats and endow. Endow means provide, right? And endow them with such powers and authority as may be as may be necessary to enable them to function as units of self government. That is Article 40. We have Schedule 7, State List, Entry 5. This topic of local governance is actually a state list topic. Okay, state list topic. So that is why you will find that in our country, under local governance, there is a lot of variation happening. Lot of variation from state to state. Type of functions that the panchayats perform, etc. You will find a lot of variation happening because it's a state list topic. Now, first up is the panchayats. Panchayats are under Part 9 of the Indian Constitution, just like Union is Part 6. States are Union is Part 5. States are Part 6. Panchayat is under Part 9, and this is Articles 243 to 243O. It's not 2430. Clear? 243, 243A, B, C, D till O. Now, before we begin our discussion on panchayats, one important point: evolution of Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj has slowly evolved step by step. Originally, we had this concept of CDPs. In 1952, the concept of community development programs was started in India, 1952. Later on, after 5 years, the government set up a committee called Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. This committee's task was to look into the functioning of look into how effective the CDP, the Community Development Program, had been, and based on their effectiveness, give some recommendations on what can be done in future. So it was this Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. It recommended that we should have panchayats, and based on this recommendation, the creation of panchayats. And based on this recommendation, for the first time, on the 2nd of October 1959, Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, we saw the creation of or inauguration of the very first panchayat in Nagaur district, Rajasthan. So, people of Rajasthan, proud moment for you. Anyone here from Rajasthan? No one? Great. So, proud moment for all of you who are from Rajasthan that the first panchayat was set up there. But Balwant Rai Mehta Committee said that the state should decide on how many levels, etc. 4 levels, 2 levels, 3 levels, and it left lot of scope and room open for the states to have their provisions. Then came the barrage of all these committees: Ashok Mehta Committee, GVK Rao Committee, Gadgil Committee. There were dozens of committees. which gave recommendations on how to have panchayats, how to improve the conditions, sort out issues, challenges, etc. Now, all these things, if you refer to your book Lakshmikant, you will find that all these things are mentioned in your Lakshmikant. But sadly, the point is not a single question has ever come from this topic. Not a single question. My request would be, please ignore these topics. At least in the last 30 years, once we had the panchayats established, not even one question was asked from these committees. So it's better to ignore them, right? There is no need to focus on it. Now, if in some mock test a question is asked, that's not my problem. And that should not be your problem also. You're not here to win marks in mock test. Okay, so in a mock test, it could be that the question is prepared from Lakshmikant, so they have given some question. Don't worry on that. Ignore it. It does not really matter. Clear? So please ignore it. Just focus on the important information that is there in the PPTs. Now, before we discuss on the panchayats and the constitutional provision, because panchayats were established on the 24th of April 1992, the 73rd Amendment Act. And this Amendment Act was passed on the 24th of April, which is also known as, or rather celebrated as, the what? National Panchayati Raj Day. National Panchayati Raj Day. And 24th of April is also the date of the judgment of Keshwanand Bharati. And 24th of April is also the birthday of who a lot of people call the god of cricket. I'm not sure if you have followed his cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. Most of you just must have heard of him, not actually seen him play. Anyway, so that's all as far as the 73rd Amendment Act is concerned. Now we'll discuss firstly the structure, and then we'll come back to see these provisions. So I would need, let's start here, an empty slide to help you understand. So firstly, how many of you are from urban areas? Please tell me. Sorry, how many of you are from rural areas? Rural area, panchayat area. Oh, quite a few. Okay, then I think I would not have any difficulty in helping understand how these things function. Great. But for others from urban areas, uh, please focus. So think of it now. Firstly, point number one to explain here. Uh, let's assume that this is your state. State. This state is now divided into small parts called districts. Are we clear? Let's assume there are some districts in the state. District. Every district is also divided into further small parts called block. And every block is divided into further small parts. So we have blocks, and the blocks are further divided into smaller parts called village, gram. Village. Clear so far? Now, this gram or village is also divided into smaller parts. Those smaller parts are referred to as what? Ward. This small part is called a ward. Clear? Everybody so far? Okay, great then. That's it. If you understand this, you understand panchayats. So how many levels are there? 1, 2, and 3. The district level, the block level, and the gram level. Clear? Okay. So what happens is, now see, first thing to understand is names may keep on changing. For example, somebody can say, sir, in my village, in my state, there is no block, tehsil, taluk. It's okay. It does not matter. Nomenclature may keep on changing. I am using the most generic nomenclature here, and I would request you to use this only. Now, how can the ward be bigger than the gram? Gram is divided into smaller areas called wards. Now, look at how the election takes place. Think of it. All the people, what should we use? Black only. All the people from this ward, they are voting and choosing one person who is called a. So here, what we'll say? We'll say that people vote to choose one ward member or one gram panchayat member. Name is not important. Member of the gram panchayat. So this gram has a representative body which is referred to as GP, gram panchayat, or you can call it village panchayat. No problem. It's a very common word, so no problem there. GP. Gram panchayat will comprise of what? So many people who are all these ward members, right? 10, 15 people, depending on the size of the ward, depending on size of gram panchayat, etc. These are all what? Ward members. Now, next level is the block. So this gram comes under a block, right? Eventually, this has people. So the people of this entire block, right? You only, the same person who is a part of a ward, village, etc. You will vote and choose people who would form the intermediate level of panchayat. So we can call it intermediate panchayat. So from now onwards, we'll use this as a symbol for panchayat, okay? To avoid any kind of confusion or to save also time, panchayat. Intermediate panchayat or block panchayat or mandal panchayat. I mean, as I said, name is not important. It depends. You go from one state to another, names keep on changing. Panchayat, Samiti, Tehsil, Taluk, Mandal, right? This name keeps on changing. But my request is you please use a very standard name, intermediate panchayat. So because the name keeps on changing, it would be like revealing the place you belong to if you use the block or mandal or panchayat samiti. So choose a standard word, intermediate panchayat. At the district level, like here also, gram panchayat is also referred to as village panchayat. Same thing. No, Satish, ward punch, ward member, same thing. Member, punch. Names, I am telling you again and again, keeps on changing. So if you belong to a certain area, you can very easily associate that, oh, in my area, this person is called with this name. It's just basic common sense. And number three, from the entire district, all the people of the district will vote and will choose members who are a part of what you know as district panchayat, also called Zilla Parishad. Again, my request would be you please use the word district panchayat only. Don't use Zilla Parishad. It's okay. Use this. Like here also, in the case of village, gram panchayat is a very, very common word. So you can use that. No problem. So just like the gram panchayat, here also you have a lot of people. These people collectively are the members of district panchayat, DP members, and same goes for intermediate panchayat. It also has lot of people, and these people are members of what? Intermediate panchayat, IP members. Are we clear, everybody, so far? I'll address the concern, don't worry. You won't have to ask any doubt. It will all be addressed on its own. Okay. Now, let's come back again to the gram, village. Gram comprises of people of the entire. So these ward members or ward punch are chosen by people. People are voting. Who are these people? These people living in these areas spread all across the village. This entire village population is called a gram sabha. Gram sabha means people. That is the lowest level of governance structure in the country. At the bottom, we have gram sabha. So what is a gram sabha to be exact? Gram sabha is the adult village population whose name is in the electoral roll. Clear? So all the people in the entire gram or village whose name is in the voter list are all called gram sabha members. So gram sabha is the people of that area. Now, let me also remove a misconception. Gram does not, or gram sabha may not always mean just one village, because sometimes the village is very small in population, right? So two or more gram sabha grams can also mean one gram sabha. So gram sabha can be one or more villages. Possible. Just to give you a rough estimate, the average population of a Gram Sabha is around 3 to 4,000 roughly. So the country average is 3,416 people in every Gram Sabha. This is not standard, it can vary, but the average is this only 3,416. So we can simply write 3 to 4,000 people. Clear? Gram Sabha. Now, as we said, Gram Sabha people choose members at the lowest governance structure, that is the Gram Panchayat. The lowest tier, Gram Panchayat or the village Panchayat, same thing. Gram Panchayat. So this is the first tier. Above it will be the intermediate Panchayat, with whatever name you may call it, and above it will be the district Panchayat, with whatever name you want to refer. Clear? The 3-tier structure and 4 levels. Now, at every level, we saw right now that at the level of say Gram Sabha also, sorry, Gram Panchayat also, intermediate Panchayat also, district Panchayat also, at every level we have members, and for every level we need to have a boss also. Without a chairperson, how will the body function? Somebody should monitor. Like we have speaker, we have chairman, right? At the state level also. Similarly, here also, we need to have a CP, chairperson, and we'll have some members at every level. A chairperson and some members. A chairperson and some members. 10 to 15 on an average, though its number will keep on varying based on the area. Now comes the first point that you should know. The system is such that people of this area, they choose a Gram Panchayat member. Number one. People of this area are also a part of a block. Can you see this? Part of a block, entire big block. They also vote and choose an intermediate Panchayat member. Number two. People of this area are also a part of the entire district. Yes or no? So they will also choose and vote members of the district panchayat. So these people, how to represent it? Like this. Let's help you understand like this. These people are a part of this small block also, and are a part of this district also. Yes or no? So these people vote to choose a district panchayat member, block panchayat member, gram panchayat member. So elections at all the levels are held directly. So members are chosen elect. Is it too light, this color? Let me use the same color. Elected directly by people. Okay, here also elected directly by people, and here also elected directly by people. What about chairperson? That's the point here. Now, I'll ask you a question. You say yes or no. In your state, is the chairperson who at the Gram Panchayat level, he is called Sarpanch, Mukhya, Pradhan, President, etc. Is the person voted or chosen by the people? Yes or no? Oh, most of you yes. Some of you are saying no. Okay. So what's the right answer? Yes or no? Tell me. Some are saying no, chairperson is not chosen by people. Some are saying yes. There is no right answer here because this provision varies from state to state. Are we clear? Sarpanch, the chairperson here, let me just circle it in a lighter color. This chairperson, their election state legislature by law decides. Are we clear? State legislature, what is by law? What is by law? Simple majority. So every state will pass its own law to decide whether the election of chairperson or sarpanch will be direct or indirect. Are we clear on this? That is why both of you are correct. So what happens is, in case it's direct, all the people of this entire village will vote and choose one person who becomes a chairperson here. CP. Clear? So CP can be direct or indirect. Indirect how? When all the members from here who are ward members, ward punch, they will choose from amongst themselves somebody, chairperson, mukhya, sarpanch. That becomes indirect. Are you clear? When we vote and choose, direct. When members who we voted for, they choose, indirect. And this CP here is called sarpanch, is called mukhya, is called what else? Pradhan is called president. Any other name? Tell me in your state. Or chairperson, of course. Chairperson he can be called. Any other name? I think I've covered all the Adhyaksh. Yashwini, which state? Are you just trying to translate the chairperson into Hindi or what? Karnataka, I thought they are called president. Oh, Adhyaksh. Okay. Great. Any other name? Oh, so great. So these are names. Name does not matter. What will you call them? You can call him Sarpanch, a very popular name, or chairperson of Gram Panchayat. But Sarpanch can be used. Definitely. Clear? Okay. But What about chairperson at these two levels? Meaning this person here also, you have a chairperson, a boss, and here also you have a chairperson, a boss. How are these people chosen? So chairperson at both these levels, their standard provision elected indirectly. Okay. So both these indirectly by and from amongst members. So the members will choose from amongst themselves one person. They will choose from amongst themselves one person, right? And that person becomes the chairperson. They will choose amongst themselves one person who becomes a chairperson. Are we clear? So at these two levels, it's indirect, but this level, it depends. That is why the constitution says state legislature by law decides. Are we clear so far? Everybody clear? Right? So nomenclature can vary. Now, if you go to Tamil Nadu, the Sarpanch is called president. In fact, in Tamil Nadu, the correct name for block is the Panchayat Union Council. Does not matter. Ignore. Anuranjan, sir, in Bihar, Sarpanch is separate post. Yes, yes, of course. That's possible. Okay. Not a separate post. He's a part of the Gram Panchayat only, just the head of the Gram Panchayat chosen by people. So in Bihar, I think they call the person Mukhiya. I'm not very sure of this. Nomenclature can vary. So now comes one point to keep in mind. What's the point? The point is that this is a directly elected body, like Lok Sabha, like Vidhan Sabha. So in a directly elected body, we have uh, reservation. Okay. So there is, wait, right here. Mandatory reservation. Mandatory reservation meaning it is not some choice, optional. No, no. You have to. Okay. Clear? Mandatory reservation is mentioned under Article 243 capital D. This article is important, extremely important. Clear? Now, reservation for two categories, one for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and the other for women. This is the mandatory reservation in the panchayats in the country. Clear? How much is that? What is it based on? No concern to us. We'll discuss that later on. Ignore it for now. Mandatory reservation. Apart from this, there is also some optional provision. So for optional provision, we use a language. And what is that? State legislature may. State legislature may, by law, provide. If it wants to, the state legislature can make a law and provide. What? It can provide two things. Nomination of MP, MLA, MLC, and chairperson of IP as members here. Clear? Amongst these members, if the state wants, it can also make a nomination of the local MP, MLA, MLC as a part of members here, as an additional member. Just like nomination in the Rajya Sabha, nomination in the with the council, Vidhan Parishad. Clear? Number one. Number two, the state can also provide for reservation for OBCs. Other backward classes. OBC reservation is not mandatory. I think in most of your states, they must be providing OBC reservation. But it is an optional provision. Difference. Mandatory is SC, ST and women. OBC optional. Same goes here. Here also. Nomination of MP, MLA, MLC and chairpersons of lower level of the Gram Panchayat. They can directly be made members here. And also again, what else? Reservation for OBCs. Done. And lastly, for members of the Gram Panchayat, there is no such nomination, but only reservation for OBCs. That's it. The entire structure of the panchayats in front of you. Now, one more thing. At every level, please understand that we need to have people who are the executive, who ensure that you are in touch with the state government. So at the gram level, we call these people, now again nomenclature, panchayat secretary. Okay. At the intermediate level, the block development officer. At the district level, the district collector, DC, BDO, panchayat secretary. These are the so-called executive arm of the panchayat. Are we clear so far? Everyone? Block development officer, BDO, an officer whose task is to ensure the issues of panchayats are, or rather to ensure that there's a connect between the intermediate panchayat and the state government. Why OBC reservation has been as additional, not mandatory? Because SCH reservation is based on different criteria compared to OBC. So an OBC's status can improve based on changing circumstances, because an OBC status depends on different factors compared to SC/ST. So we'll see that why are OBCs given reservation, what's the criteria, and why are SC/ST given reservation. Okay, Dinesh, how DC would be from members elected by people? DC is an executive officer, district collector. He's not a part of district panchayat. These people are just executive officers, separate. Okay, they have no relationship to this. It is just that these people, if they want any problem to be resolved, who will they approach? DC. This person is a government employee who comes here and helps them out. These people, if they have any problem, who will they approach? BDO. Okay, clear? Gaurav, sir, in Haryana, Block Samiti. Block Samiti is this, Gaurav. Block Samiti, Panchayat Samiti. This is what is called Block Samiti, the intermediate Panchayat. Block Samiti members are elected by people. Yes, of course. Members here elected directly by people. Are we clear, everybody? This is the entire structure of Panchayats. One point to add here. SC/ST reservation now, it is based on population, and for women, at least 1/3 seats must be reserved for women at all levels. Okay. Pooja, taluk or tehsil or mandal. Did I mention it somewhere? No. Okay. Let me write this here. Taluk, block, intermediate level. That's called taluk. Sidhya. So tehsildars, revenue department, that's different only. Tehsildars are government employees. It has no relationship here. They are chosen by state government through SPSC examinations, or if some state has some other examination. Their functioning is not related to this panchayat. Okay. Now what else? No Parshuram. No. They are slightly junior in rank. Sidhya, done. Naveen, okay. Yes, reservation is there. Parshuram. Panchayats, see, in panchayats, you may have some people, in some panchayats, they are calling these people as lekhakar, secretary, CEO. As I said, please understand, guys, I'm taking this again. This is a structure, constitutionally used words. Now, in your state, as I said, sir, state list subject, names can vary. Don't worry. It does not have any reflection on the realities of performance of functions, right? And you should always choose what the standard constitutional terms. Now, no, wait. Nomination of MP, MLA, MLC not clear. See, I am an MP from a area. Within my area, let's say I'm an MP in this area. Let's assume I'm an MP of this area under which some block is there, some gram is there. The state legislature can make a nomination and can say the local MP of the area will also be a member of the district panchayat. The local MLA of the area will also be a member of the block panchayat. So I, as an MP or MLA, can also go and take part in the meetings as a member. Nomination. Clear, Karan? Ganesh, yes, CP can go to district collector for any queries, but DC is a very senior post. Okay, you are going to be DC. DCs don't treat Gram Panchayat members with respect, actually. It's very bad, but that's the reality. Sundar done. Karan done. Eman, do these people? Yes, they get salaries. These people get salaries, of course. Now, one more point. What do you think is the salary of the Gram Panchayat member? Tell me, Sarpanch, Mukhya, right? President, Adhyaksh. What is the salary? Tell me. What do you think is the salary? CTC. 6 lakh CTC. 10 lakh CTC. Yes or no? Salary of Sarpanch can range from 1.5 to 2,000 to 5-6,000 per month. Okay, that's it. That's the salary. Now, some states like West Bengal claim that we are giving salary of 12,000. I am not sure. I don't have data to verify that they are getting 12,000 rupees per month. That's a very huge amount, actually. Okay, so they get very, I would say, peanuts for salaries. But also understand that this is not a salary being given, right? because you are actually working for the benefit of people of your own area, and you have chosen this yourself. So it's more like an honorarium. As a mark of respect, token of appreciation, some money is given. So don't think of salaries. And now let me just tell you something. N Siva, what happened, N Siva? What is your concern? Oh no. Okay. One more thing before we move further. Let me just help you understand the grand scale of representation we are talking about. So this Anoranjan, how they build large buildings, wandering on Fortuners. Yeah, we'll come to that under issues, right? I said salaries are less, not opportunity to make money is less, right? That depends on skill. As an IAS officer, what will your salary be? 70,000 per month, right? But in your Swiss account, inside the walls of your house, different. That skill. Anyway, so coming to the what do I use? Is this color visible to everybody? Okay. Number of gram panchayats in the country. How many gram panchayats are there in the country? 2.7 lakh gram panchayats across the country. How many intermediate panchayats are there? Around 6,700 intermediate panchayats are there. The exact number is 6,684, 6,700 around. And how many district panchayats are there? DP 676. Together, they have given to us number of elected representatives, meaning number of gram panchayat members, number of block panchayat members, number of Zilla Parishad members. How many are they? 31.89 lakh. Almost 32 lakh members. 32 lakh members. Around 29.9 lakh gram panchayat members. 1.8 lakh, that is, I think, 1 lakh 7, sorry, 1.8 lakh intermediate panchayat members, and around 17 to 18,000 Zilla Parishad members across the country. You can understand the scale of representation now. And just to add this point, of which, of which 14.54 are women. Almost half. That would mean 32 or 31.89. 22, 6, 5. 45.622. Don't write this. Confusing to remember. You simply write 46% women. 46% of them are women. Uh, Puneet, not this. This you should remember. It's nice to quote because it's important to tell people the scale of representation. So till 1990s, how many MPs, MLAs? 5,000. 5,000 people representing the interest of entire country. Suddenly, just for the rural population, that means just for 68% people, now we have 32 lakh people representing our interest. Democracy has been widened, deepened drastically. Right? This is the scale of representation we are talking about when we talk about panchayats. Right? So that's there. Are we clear, everybody, now? Is there any issue or concern? Yes, Ganesh, a person can do any kind of job while he's a member of panchayat. Umapati, that is of no concern right now. Municipalities. No, Karan, total in the panchayat only. Even if you add MP, MLA, it's only 5,000. But that figure is only for panchayats. See, Ramadevi, for that we need to know what are the concerns that the panchayats are facing. We'll discuss that shortly. Okay. So this is with respect to the panchayats. Please, what you can do. Of course, you'll have a lunch break now in 10 minutes. But try to draw this diagram 3 to 4 times, and you will remember everything here. So now let's come to the very basic points. Now I hope you. And Siva, CP is nobody's appointing CP. The members choose and the CP is decided, right? Yes, Niranjan, elected representative means members of the district panchayat, members of the independent panchayat, gram panchayat, including chairperson, all these people, elected representatives. Clear? So, the 73rd Amendment Act 1992 was passed, and we had a three-tier system in the country. Three-tier: gram panchayat, intermediate panchayat, district panchayat. This is the reference to the three-tier system in the country that we are talking about. And four institutions: gram sabha, gram panchayat, intermediate panchayat, district panchayat. These are the four institutions that you are referring to. Okay? And all this done through this Amendment Act. Articles were added, and also an 11th schedule was added. Now, what is this 11th schedule? We'll discuss shortly. This was a change made through the 73rd Amendment Act 1992. Now, there are some mandatory provisions. What are these mandatory provisions? Point number one: there is a three-tier system of panchayat. It is mandatory. Every state must have a three-tier structure. So earlier, some states used to have a three-tier structure, some states had a four-tier structure, some two-tier structure only. Now, every state has to have a gram panchayat, an intermediate level, and the district panchayat. Now, there is a small exception. What is the exception? Exception is if population of state is less than 20 lakhs, then IP may not be created. Possible. Or the correct word would be constituted. You can if you want to, but if you don't want to, you may not. A very good example of this case is Sikkim. So the population of Sikkim as per 2011 census is around 6 lakhs 11,000, something of this sort. 6 lakh 6.11 lakh, 6 lakh 11,000. So in those states, IP, the middle level, may not be created. But in other states, you have to have three levels. And very important, all the members of panchayats at all the levels, village level, intermediate level, district level, shall be elected directly by the people. Look at this. Members, direct, direct, direct. Then, this is the article we are referring to. Article 243 capital D, very very important. Reservation of seats for SC/ST in every panchayat. Seats meaning meaning what? Both for members and chairpersons. For SC/ST, SCs, STs, and also not less than 1/3 of total seats for women. Are we clear? So now we have reservation also, mandatory constitutional reservation, which is a must in all the states. Then every panchayat will have a 5-year term of office, just like you have for the Lok Sabha, for the Vidhan Sabha. One small point, please observe this very unique point for panchayats. 5-year term is there, that is tenure, 5 years. Minimum age to contest, what is that? 21. In the Lok Sabha, tell me, what is the minimum age to contest? In the Lok Sabha, 25. In the Rajya Sabha, 30. In the Vidhan Sabha, 25. In the Vidhan Parishad, 30. But for Panchayat, it's 21. Then there is a special person in every state who is called the State Election Commissioner. This is Article 243K. This person is called State Election Commissioner. This person is appointed by the governor. Very, very important to know this. Appointed by the governor. Okay. But the state government cannot remove him. Removal is like High Court judge. High Court judge. So basically, you don't know right now. Removal of judges in our country, High Court and Supreme Court, is done by voting in the parliament. So look at this very unique provision that the State Election Commissioner, hereby we'll call this person SEC, State Election Commissioner, is appointed by the state governor, but can't be removed by him. You have to get the voting in the parliament, special majority to remove this person. Clear? SEC. And then we also have article. So one small point, this SEC is a part of some commission. Yes or no? Which commission is he a part of? A very important commission whose orders can never be challenged in any court, whose awards that they give, parliament cannot modify those awards. Remember? Not ECI, not ECI. Delimitation Commission. Delimitation Commission comprises of retired Supreme Court judge, Chief Election Commissioner, and State Election Commissioner. These people are not a part of ECI. Are we clear on this? They are separate people. For each state, one SEC separately. They are not members of Election Commission of India. And one more thing, just like you have at the central level of Finance Commission, right? At the state level also, we have the concept of Finance Commission. And what is that Finance Commission? SFC. The State Finance Commission. Governor shall constitute something called a Finance Commission after every 5 years to review the financial position of the states. What's the task? Task number 1 is what? Advising on the taxes and duties for panchayat. Advice on what taxes, what duties to be given to panchayat, also advising on the grants, free money to be given to panchayats. This is the task of this State Finance Commission, SFC. Clear? Also, one more thing is the audit. So CAG does not audit the gram panchayats and all. Audit for this, again, state legislature by law decides. So they can hire a body of auditors who will audit every expenditure made by the panchayat members. Are you clear? Panchayat gets money. They have a budget of their own gram. Are you clear? They just function like legislature and executive. Clear? That's it. Now let's do one thing. Let's take a lunch break here. And once we are done with the lunch, we'll come back and continue our discussion further on how is the reservation like, what's the election procedure, and then the mandatory provisions with respect to powers, functions, optional provisions, where are panchayats not there, all these things, and then issues, concerns of panchayats, but after the lunch break. Come back at 2:05. Lunch break till 2:05, and we'll have further fun in discussing the provisions of panchayats, including the issues concerning panchayats. That is actually a very interesting and an important topic also. Karan, removal of state election commissioner. Yes, same provision. Exactly the same provision. Yes, Parshuram, budget of gram panchayat is there. Yes, Jyoti, they get salary. Pradeep, come on. MLA, larger area. Gram panchayat, smaller area. Right? Functions are different, salary is different. Yes, Satish. As far as these members are concerned, some states have made strict provisions for not holding such posts. In other states, we find that they do hold a post, right? But ideally, they should not. Various committees have recommended that this should not happen, and in most states, they have made laws for them not to hold such posts. Clear, Satish? Karan? Okay. Let's take a break. Be back at 2:05. We'll continue our discussion further on panchayats. Break, please, guys. Have food. Don't sleep. Drink coffee and be back. Karan, the entire village, just read this diagram. This entire village is called the Gram Sabha. People are Gram Sabha. You and me, Gram Sabha. Okay? We vote, so our entire village will be divided into small parts. And from each part, the people of that area, colony, think of a colony, they will vote somebody who becomes a member who represents your colony. All these such people who every colony has chosen, they come and sit in one place. That place is the Gram Panchayat. So Gram Panchayat comprises of few people chosen by the entire Gram Sabha. Are we clear, Karan, now? Okay. Gaurav, sir, Sarpanch can be removed by members of Panchayat. See, in lot of states, they have provision of frequent change of Sarpanch. In some states, yes. Recently, Haryana passed a proposal like this only, that members of the Gram Panchayat can remove Sarpanch, etc. But not every state. That may not be possible in every state. This also varies from state to state. What kind of taxes given to Panchayat? We'll discuss later on. All such questions now later on. Let's take a break. Be back at 2:05 to discuss further. Okay? Break, please, guys.